Hello, everyone. It is Monday, January 27th in the NBA. I got 4 picks for you all locked and loaded and ready to go. As always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you noticed, yesterday we did not do an NBA video on Sunday. I wish I did because I kind of cashed the 2 plays that I considered playing. But either way, let's recap how we did on Saturday. Man, we could not get it done. 1-3. It really feels like we either sweep the board to go 6-0 or we absolutely have a terrible day. When one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong. Now, Giannis did clutch up, went over in his points plus assists. I think he only got 1 assist, but he easily scored, I think, 35 or 36 points. Our losers, the only one that really aggravates me is PJ Washington. He ends with 17 points. We lose on the hook. He shot 11 free throw attempts. I talked about the Celtics are one of the teams that are in the top like 3 or 5 of free throw attempts allowed, and they don't give up many. And obviously, he somehow gets the line 11 times. Congrats to him. Khalil Ware, I don't know what the hell happened with him. And then we know how day 2 of the ladder challenge loss to Aaron Fox goes 6 of 20 from the field. What can you do? But either way, we got 4 picks. It's a Monday. Let's dive in. There's a good chance we add some plays, so stay tuned for that at the end of the video. As always, those will be down below in the pinned comment. If you are new, subscribe and like. I would appreciate it. Let's dive into our first play. We have a 1.5 unit play. I tried to do a 1.5 unit play on Saturday, and Mark Williams didn't even play. Let's hope this guy suits up tonight, and I certainly think he will. It's Ja Morant, my best bet of the day, over 21.5 points, a 1.5 unit play. Now you'll see throughout the video, we'll have a bunch of 1 unit plays. This one, I like at 1.5 units a little bit more than the others. I honestly, if this were like December, November, I'd make it a 2 unit play, but man, January has not been a great month for us. So I'd rather dial back the units a little bit, but Ja Morant, my favorite play of the day by far. I love him. I think he could easily score 25 or 30 points if you're looking for a little bit of a long shot. I think 30 plus is in the plus 400 to plus 500 range, maybe even better. Check that out. But why do I like Ja Morant today is him and the Grizzlies are on the road in Madison Square Garden. Now, Ja Morant has not been the highest scoring guy recently, but I think that changes today. Now, if you look at him on the season, we're looking at a guy, I mean, you can take it at 22.5. You see 21.5. Heck, you even see 20.5, but the 20.5s are like minus 140, and I do not pay minus 140 for a points line in the 20s. I just don't do it. I'll lose on the hook. I'd rather do that than pay minus 140 juice. But let's just look at 21.5. You'll see he's only averaging 20.7 points per game and only over in, 13 of 27 games, under 50%. And he's under in 4 straight. Now, I look at these matchups. The Spurs was a game they won by 14, only shot 13 times there. Timberwolves shot 16 times, just not a great shooting game. And then 2 lower volume games, 9 shots here, 9 shots here. This is not a matchup, in my opinion, where you see Ja Morant only shoot 9 times. Now, why is that? Because they face the Knicks. Now, how does Ja Morant score? In transition is his number one way. But look at that. Pick and roll ball handler, 30th. We just saw Fox and Monk both get plenty of field goal attempts. Now, Fox couldn't buy a bucket to save his life. I trust Morant a little bit more, given he's kind of getting right to the hoop and trying to score right there. The Knicks are not the greatest team at stopping guards. They're really good at limiting spot-up shots, 5th best there. Look, Morant should have plenty of opportunities. Last 4 games against the New York Knicks, I mean, look at the numbers. 30 points per game, 27, 34, 37, and 23 points. But again, look at those field goal attempts right next to my ear. 27, 34, 24, and 20. So again, he's getting a lot of volume. Now, as I said, in the most recent games, not shooting a bunch, but if you were to just isolate, when does Ja Morant, how does he do when he gets 15 or more shots? Guy that's over in 10 of 15 such games. Some really bad games in here. This game, 5 of 19. This game, 6 of 21. Another game against the Lakers, 7 for 17. Look, at the end of the day, I think Ja Morant gets above 15 shots. I think they need him to be active, trying to score the basketball. I love his over tonight. I think it's a great spot. So I'll take his over 21.5 points for 1.5 units. Like I said, it'd be a 2-unit play, but we've been a little bit cold in January. I'm not too worried about it here for Ja. I think he scores and has a massive game against the New York Knicks. My second pick, and that game has a 3-point spread. What is the over-under in that game? In the high 230s, if I'm not mistaken. We have some high over-unders on the board. That one is as a 3.5-point spread for the Knicks, and the over-under is at 241.5. So clearly expecting a fast-paced game. I think Ja has a big game. Take that over with confidence. Second pick of the day is going to be a guy we just trusted on Saturday. We'll go back to him. Giannis, 30-plus points. His line is 30.5 on some books. I took the 30-plus at minus 125 on FanDuel. As I said, I don't really play points props above about minus 130. So if that's the case, you see him on your book at above minus 130, maybe minus 135 for 30 points. Go up to 30.5. If Giannis gets to 30, probably a good chance he's getting you above 31 points. Now, why do I like Giannis once again as he and the Bucks are on the road taking on the Jazz? Now, this game comes in with a high total at 236.5. The Bucks are 8.5 point favorites. I always feel like that 8.5 number is always like that weird number where the underdog always plays well. I don't know. It's superstitious, but I think the Jazz can compete here. The Bucks have been a pretty bad road team. I don't remember their road record off the top of my head. They're like 8-11, 8-12. Pretty bad road team. Jazz are still struggling with health, but they should have Collins back tonight. Markkanen. We'll see if Clarkson returns. Sexton's active. I think they can keep this game tight. If they keep this game tight, Giannis, I think, has to destroy them. Now, if you look at Giannis on the season, he's obviously been really good. If you're looking at 30.5 over in 17 of his last 30, down to 29.5 over in 19 of his last 30. So been really consistent. Obviously just went over here, got us the, 36 points, shot 55%. Head to head, they've placed once this season. He scored 31 points, decently well from the free throw line, which we love, but only 11 of 21. So, I mean, shooting about 50% is not that great for Giannis. We know he's easily capable of some games like against the Raptors, 60%, 76% here. He's obviously capable of those types of games. But again, how does he score his points? Transition is number one way of scoring. The Jazz rank dead last in transition. They are terrible to transition defense. And with an over-under at 236.5, you'd expect there's a good amount of transition where it's like, all right, we're getting back on defense, getting back on offense, flip-flap. I mean, they're pretty bad at free throws. Isolation, he scores 23rd there. They're a bad team. Now they're good against the pick and roll ball handler. Maybe they slow down Damian Lillard, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to slow down a guy like Giannis. So I'll take his over in points. Could be square. I don't really care. I don't think they have a guy that can match up against him. And with other guys in there that can actually get the ball to Giannis, good luck. Good luck is all I have to say. My hope, though, today is that AJ Green does not play. He is the Bucks' best sharpshooter. And if you have catch and shoot guys, they can go off against the Jazz. They do give up their fair share of catch and shoot opportunities. But again, I'll take Giannis. He's going one-on-one. The Jazz have no one that can stay in front of him. When he gets down low, JJ, we'll take our chances there. I like him to score 30-plus points tonight against the Jazz. Number he's hit pretty consistently against them. He has had some double-digit assist games against them in the past, 4 games. I think he's had double-digit assists in a couple of them. I feel like when you look into those games, we're seeing him start with Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis, a much higher scoring guy than Brook Lopez. He's also had some games, obviously, where Damian Lillard's not active. So it's like Giannis is the point guard. That will not be the case tonight. Dame should be active. We'll see if Chris Middleton is active as the Bucks are in the first half of a back-to-back, so they do play tomorrow. So maybe Chris rests today, but either way, I'll trust the Greek Freak to get it done. Third play, Trey Murphy the third. I love his over 19.5 points, minus 110 on FanDuel, a 1-unit play. Now, Trey, we've backed him once this year. What was that, against the Raptors? Not the Raptors. That's who he faces today. Against the Jazz, actually. He did not get a lot of volume there. I was when Jose Alvarado thought he was Steph Curry, made like 6 threes off the bench. Nothing you can do there. But I really like this spot here for him and the Pelicans on the road taking on the Raptors. Now, this is another game with a high total, 233. This is a pick'em. This game has a 1-point spread. So you expect this one to hopefully be pretty tight. And I love the way Trey Murphy scores against this team. Now, you look at how Trey Murphy is scoring. He's been pretty consistent, even despite a lot of roster inconsistency. He's been pretty consistent for this lineup. Now, obviously, we'll look at early on in the season, it was kind of slow out the gate, but he's been really good recently. I mean, we're looking at since mid-December over this line in 12 of 16 games. I mean, he's been really close in every single miss. I mean, this game, 18 points, only gets 10 shots. This game, 17, goes 5 of 19. And this game, when we backed him, only 11 shots there. And then this game, 5 of 17. So he's getting really close there. So if you want like a safe leg, 15 plus points, he's done that in 16 straight. Knock on wood, he can at least get us 15. But again, how does he score the basketball? Spot up shooting is number one. Pretty good matchup. Transition, pretty good matchup. Free throws, good matchup. And handoffs, I guess, if you want to count that 8%, pretty good matchup there. Now, obviously, we know the big news is Zion should be playing. Now, I can never guarantee Zion's active right now because he could be suspended for something, but you anticipate Zion is playing. And we've seen in 4 games of Zion, he's over in only 2 of 4, 30 and 32 here. This is that Jazz game where he only shoots 11 times, whatever. And then this game, the last game, 5 of 17. So again, the volume's pretty good. 17 shots here, 5 free throw attempts, 20 shots here, 12 free throw attempts, 19, only 11 and 7. And then here, 17 and 6. I mean, if you give me this 17 and 6, we'd make it a bigger play because Trey Murphy's the third shooting more than that. I'll certainly take my chances there. But again, if I am this Raptors team, what they've done defensively against guys of Zion's caliber, like a Giannis, is they like the double Giannis on or a double Giannis, or in this case, Zion on drives. And if we're doubling on drives, some guys are going to be left open. We're thinking about the starting lineup. DeJounte Murray, a point guard, he's probably not getting left open in a corner. CJ McCollum, probably not. And Daniel Ticer, Yves Messi, those guys don't really go outside of the paint. I think it's going to be maybe Trey Murphy that's left open. I think he has the best matchup on the court for him. So I'll take his over in points. I think it's a great spot. I love his matchup tonight. Give me his over 19.5 points. Let's hope he can make back the money he lost for us 10 days ago. Trey Murphy the third. We love you. Go dominate. Goes to get us 20 points. My fourth play of the day should come as no surprise. We're running back the ladder challenge. Look, I get it. People are going to hate it, and that's fine. Look, you're not the one that deals with all the chirps from people online. I'm going to run it back. We have lost, and I don't remember our record on the season. We're 16-12 on the ladder. If you play all of them for one unit, like I recommend, you're up about 4 units, which is pretty solid. Now, in those 12 losses, we're talking about some really, really bad L's. I mean, we're talking about the most recent one, De'Aaron Fox, 6 of 20. We lost on Cade Cunningham, going 7 for 26 from the field, missing some bunnies. We've lost on Giannis, not playing a whole fourth quarter, needing one more rebound. We've lost some agonizing ways. And typically, at this point, I would give up the ladder. And then when I give up the ladder, we start to get hot on the picks. We wait about a month, and then we bring back the ladder. I'm committed at least for the next few weeks, and we'll have the All-Star break in there, to commit to at least giving the ladder a chance. I know a lot of people out there are like, hey, he's lost a million ladders. That's not the case. I don't even run it that often. Heck, we take most of the summers off. I feel like we can have a pretty good climb. And all it takes is me to get in the lab and get some good winners out there for you, whether that's a 3-leg, a 4-leg, it's a 5-leg. I don't care. I'm not going above 5. I guarantee you that. Again, we'll see, but stay tuned for that. We'll have it posted later on this afternoon. Once some alternate lines come out, I'll post it for y'all, and hopefully we can cook up a winner. Final 5th pick, and I put 5th pick plus. There's a good chance we add some plays. They normally say that, and then we don't normally come through with any. Today's a pretty good chance. Early on this morning, I had these 3 picks, which were Giannis, and Trey. I had those locked in, really liked them. But there's a lot of games out there for us to choose from. Tomorrow, only 4 games on, so check the pin comment. If we do add any plays, they'll be down there. I'll put our chances of adding one at about 75%. There's some games that I obviously have no interest in, but some games I really am interested in. But again, I just didn't have enough time to research every single game, every single prop on the board. We have 14 games on or something crazy today. So stay tuned. Added plays down below in the pinned comment. See if we add any. A reminder, our 3 official plays right now. Ja's over. Giannis is over. Trey's over in points. 3 guys, put the ball in the basket. Simple as that. Those are my 3 favorite plays. As I said, there will be a ladder challenge posted later, as well as a good chance at some added plays. If there are added plays, go down to the pinned comment. You will find them there, and hopefully we can have a great day. I won't add any plays at 6:30 when the games are just about to tip off. I don't really like to do that. So if there are any added plays, they will be there by probably 4 or 5 p.m. at the latest. They will be there. Hopefully we have a great day, and I'll see you guys back on Tuesday recapping hopefully a sweep, and hopefully not the reverse kind. See you in the next one. Peace.